Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be doing another review. This time around, I'm going to be doing a review for the Minions movie, the spinoff from the Despicable Me and Despicable Me 2 movies. So yeah, I will be that came out wrong. I will say that I have seen Despicable Me, the first one. I haven't seen the second one, but I have seen the first one, so that's as far as I'll go. So yeah, this movie stars Sandra Bullock, John Hamm, Michael Keaton, Allison Janney, Steve Coogan, Jennifer Saunders, Jeffrey Rush, Steve Carell, um, Pierre Coffin, and that's really it for the cast. So yeah, before I begin though, 10 second spoiler warning as usual for those who have yet to actually watch the movie and haven't already. Stop the video, go check it out, and come back here and watch the rest of this review. 10 second spoiler warning as usual, starting now. Okay, so 10 seconds are up. So for those who have yet to actually watch the movie and haven't already, please don't comment down below or be messaging me that never gave you a fair warning, because as usual I did. So yeah, basically this is the prequel, I guess you could say, to Despicable Me and Despicable Me 2. Basically the backstory to the Minions and how they were created and who they are. And yeah, and the Minions, they were always secondary characters. Again, I've only ever seen the first Despicable Me. I haven't seen the second one. I've only ever seen the first one. And in the first one, I will say they were pretty funny. From what I've seen from them, in the Despicable Me movie, the first one. I did think they were pretty funny, with their language, banana and all that stuff. I thought that was pretty funny. And for the most part, I thought they were pretty cool, kind of cute, pretty funny, cute. They're kind of just there. These yellow looking Tic Tac things, basically is what they were. Interestingly enough, Walmart, I believe it was, or something like that, CVS or Walmart or something, or Walgreens, they actually had a promotional deal with Tic Tacs, and Minions. I don't know who was there or how it went, but Tic Tacs ended up actually doing Minion flavored Tic Tacs, if that makes sense. And I saw some in CVS and Walmart and stuff like that. So yeah, and I actually have a little Tic Tac box there. I posted a picture of it on my Instagram, so there's that. Really don't feel like getting it, but it's pretty funny. So yeah, basically, again, it's a prequel. Basically, how they were created, and basically their main goal is to just go for the biggest, most evil person or thing there is. You see them going after some of these big and evil things, as they call it. They go with the caveman and the T-Rex, Count Dracula, Napoleon. I'm kind of surprised they didn't show Hitler, but let's be honest, makes sense they didn't show him. But yeah, they're just there to serve the most evil person at the time. And then for a while, they really didn't have anybody to serve. Right after Napoleon, they really didn't have anybody to serve. So they were kind of just there in like Antarctica, basically. And after a while, about a couple years right before they met Gru, they say it's about 30 or 40 years before Gru. They run into Scarlet Overkill and Herb Overkill, voiced by Sandra Bullock and John Hamm respectively, and now they're serving them. And what they both want is become the king and queen of England, the UK. So now they have to try to find the crown, the UK crown, in order to now coronate Sandra Bullock and John Hamm. And then you also have the side plot, the side story with some of the other minions, because in the story you have like three main minions, Bob Stewart and Kevin, and they're the ones who are with Scarlet Overkill for the whole movie. The rest of the minions, like the other 1,000 minions, stay at home in Antarctica serving the Yetis or the Abominable Snowman or something like that. And then after they kill the ringleader, the main Abominable Snowman, the main Yeti guy, they're now rushing to UK, to London, and try to serve Scarlet Overkill as well. And then they have to deal with Scarlet Overkill at the end, and then they end up serving Groot, like at the very end. Like that's basically the end credit scenes. Like the end credit scene is just basically them serving a teenage Groot. And yeah, now I did put this as one of my least anticipated movies of this year, mostly because I didn't think they had the capability to actually get their own movie. I didn't think that, or to run their own movie, get their own movie, to do their own movie. I didn't think they had the potential to have their own movie. And to some degree, I was wrong, but to another degree, I was right. So I mean, they have some capability to warrant or to have their own movie. But I think if anything, it's one of those things that's more like maybe a TV series or maybe like a short film, like whether those like 20 seconds or 5 seconds, 5 minute short films or whatever, like a short animated film. I think if this is what that was, a short animated film, like Disney does with the lava one they did right before Inside Out, for example. If it was like a 5-10 minute short film, I think it would have been fantastic. Now that's not to say that this was a bad movie. That's not what I'm saying. There is enjoyment to be found. I just don't think it. I just don't think many people would like it after a while, if you know what I mean, because the jokes, it's slapstick. It does get old very fast after a while. I mean, I could see a 5-year-old or like a little kid, anybody like under 10 years old, or someone who really enjoys the Despicable Me movies. I could see someone finding enjoyment in this film. The animation, I have to say, the animation is normally, that's a great thing in most animated movies. The animation is good, no matter how bad an animated movie is. I will normally, for the most part, say the animation is good. I said the same thing in Home. Not a really good movie, but the animation is good. I said the same thing in the Epic review I did when I first started YouTube. Not really terrible plot for Epic, but again, really good animation. No matter how bad a movie is, I will always say that it has really good animation. Now, again, I think that's a major problem with this movie. The fact that these are side characters, when you have them in Despicable Me, they're slapstick, they're comedy, it's funny, and they're like the comedic relief. However, now you have all of the comedic relief for the whole movie, and it just doesn't work. You have Scarlet Overkill, and you have Sandra Bullock with John Hamm, Michael Keaton. What the fuck are they doing here? I mean, Sandra Bullock, the voice acting isn't really that good in my opinion. John Hamm, terrible voice actor. In my opinion, I know who's acting. I could tell it was John Hamm trying to portray this character. I could tell it was Sandra Bullock trying to portray this character. It was decent at best. It was. I mean, I think the best voice actor would be Sandra Bullock. And after that, it'd be Pierre Coffin, because he's doing the minion voices, and he really doesn't have to do much. He just has to go be like banana for the entirety of the movie, and that's really it. So I mean, Pierre Coffin, he gave a good performance because all he says is like 2 words and then a bunch of gibberish. Then you have Sandra Bullock, who's like, she's decent, okay, and then you have John Hamm, Michael Keaton, Steve Coogan, Steve Carell, whatever. They're pretty bad. I mean, again, if this was more of a short film, if this was like a short 20, maybe like a half-hour episode thing, like a short film or something, I could see this being a pretty good thing. There is enjoyment to be found. I'm not gonna say it was a terrible film. It had like no comedy. There was the slapstick for the most part. It did work at times, and sometimes it was just bland. Sometimes it was like, oh, that's actually pretty funny. And I will admit, I did giggle and I did laugh to some degree. But other times the slapstick got really boring, really old, really fast. So again, there is enjoyment to be found, but again, this is one of those movies that's more for like younger kids, 5 or 6 year olds, maybe a 10-year-old at most. At oldest, it'd be like a 10-year-old who'd be enjoying this film. So yeah, I mean, really, it's an okay movie, good animation. It has some laughs, and I will admit, Bob Stewart and Kevin, they're pretty fun. They're pretty enjoyable. They're pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie, especially Bob. Bob is like the youngest one. He's pretty funny. He's like boo, yeah, Like you even see that in the trailer. He's so innocent, and he is the most relatable, I guess you could say, of all the characters. If you had to relate to one character here, it'd probably be Bob, because he's just so funny, cute, and adorable. I mean, you could relate to any of these three characters, Kevin, Bob, and Stuart, or Stuart, Kevin, Bob, whatever. But I mean, they're cute. They're pretty funny at times. Again, the slapstick. Bob is probably the funniest one, because he's like the youngest one. So there's that. So yeah, definitely could have been better. Could have been worse. That's the thing. I will say it was better than I expected. Not by much. It was better than I expected. Um, yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and 6 being decent, I'm gonna push this one up just because I know it's not for my age group or whatever. I know I'm like 6 years older than I need to be to actually enjoy this movie. So I'm gonna push this up a bit and say it's actually a 6 out of 10. It's a pretty decent film. If you have like younger children, like your like 10-year-olds or 5 or 6-year-olds, 7, 8, 9, whatever. If you have a younger child, like a little brother or a little son or whatever, a little daughter or son or a younger brother or sister or something like that, cousin, if go take them to watch this, they'll probably enjoy it. There's this girl I sat next to in the theater. She was bursting out laughing like at any time. Anytime one of these little minions said anything, she was like bursting. She was just laughing. So yeah, younger kids will enjoy it, no doubt. The parents, parents and older siblings and whatever, such as me, they'll tolerate it. There is enjoyment to be found, but if you want a good animated movie, I say Inside Out is the best one so far. And even after that, I think Inside Out is a bit overrated. Yeah, because the only notable ones we've had this year would be Home, and I thought that was pretty garbage. And then there's the Magic one, during like February, just like this Magic one. I already forgot the name. I heard that was pretty bad. The SpongeBob movie, there's that too. That was actually pretty good, better than the Minions. Probably like Inside Out, then SpongeBob, and maybe then the Minions after that, and then maybe Home, and then that Magic Creatures. That's what it was from like February of this year. And then mostly because I haven't seen it. So yeah, basically it for this review. 6 out of 10. I know I pushed it a bit, but because I know it's not within my age group. So yeah. What are your thoughts on the movie? Comment all that down below. Let me know. Like the video, share on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer. Subscribe. I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, and comic book reviews. And aside from that, that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.